Finally, GameSir has the controller that many people have been asking for on the Xbox since the G7 and SE came out. This is basically the controller that puts everything into one. And here we go on with the box. As far as some of the features, it says wired plug and play. So just take note, it's not a wireless controller. It also features a 3.5mm audio jack, Hall effect sensing joysticks, and the cable is detachable. In the Nexus software, it says you can adjust the mapping, sticks, triggers, and vibration. And you can use it on Xbox or PC. Let's see, other features, it says tactile face buttons, clicky and responsive. We'll go more over these features in detail. Hall effect analog triggers with vibrations, anti-friction glide rings, and 2 mappable back buttons, as well as textured, but it doesn't say, rubber grips. HE, of course, stands for Hall effect. Here I'm asking myself, why didn't they release this exact controller when it was released in late 2022? Or at least, why not release it in 2023 when Hall effect sticks became commonplace, like the scorching summers? I mean, it's so hot, even the fake flowers in my house are dying. Back to the controller at hand, literally. For those that patiently waited, GameSir has rewarded you with the controller that has the best of both worlds. Still, this is one of those examples where I wish companies were more pro-consumer than wanting to stuff their pockets with moolah. But sadly, it's something we see everywhere. But that's not the point. Let's focus and move on with the review. Is this worth the money if you already have the G7 or the G7 SE? Stick around to find out. The cable, as you can see, is detachable. So that's a big plus, as cables tend to wear out over time, and you can simply replace this with another one. Another thing to note is that this cable is braided, so you shouldn't expect it to rip and tear as you use it throughout the years. Overall, comfort reminds me of other GameSir controllers, which is to say that it fits fine in my hands, and the grip does a commendable job of making it anti-slip, as it says on the box. So good job to GameSir on that. When it comes to using the thumbsticks, I found these just a little bit better to use than the Nova, which weren't bad to begin with. I simply found these a little easier to move around the levels with crisper movement, and the sticks were able to come to an immediate standstill. They feature anti-friction rings and a technology similar to Big One called GameSir Precision Tune Technology, which is an algorithm-based technology that is supposed to automatically keep your sticks centered. You can use the thumbsticks up to 5 million cycles before they go out. Not 100% drift free, is it? The buttons are as clicky as they should be since they are micro switches. There is a short travel distance, at least, which makes them easier to play with overall. The face buttons do their job without feeling cheap. And they also sound very quiet, as you can hear. So it's impressive for the price that you can get these buttons. GameSir promises a life cycle of 3 million presses for each button. Regarding the D-pad, I found it to be complete gutter trash. The diagonal movements almost never register, So Fireball and Dragon Punch movements barely work, let alone charge moves. Perhaps the D-pad being a tactile switch has something to do with it. If you want this for 2D platformers even, side-scrollers or shoot-em-ups, this is a hard pass. The rear buttons are labeled R4 and L4 and cannot be locked with a latch as you can on the G7 SE. So it has almost everything you want from both of those controllers, as in the G7 and G7 SE. I really think this was a missed opportunity on GameSir's part. The buttons can be programmed through GameSir's software, which I got to work on my Xbox Series S, but not on my gaming PC. That was really baffling. It seems that GameSir's software was made for the junkyard. Regarding the rear buttons, they feel comfortable, but they aren't anything that stand out in its competitive market. And once again, it's a 2-button layout, which won't make the 4-button layout enthusiasts happy. I'm fine with either 2 or 4-button layouts. The shoulder buttons are very quiet, as you can hear, and don't feel cheap, while the triggers are Hall effect and can actually be used as hairline triggers by holding the M button and holding the right or left trigger until you feel a vibration. Now take note that that doesn't mean that they will press like a hairline trigger, but they will function as such. So you hold it here on the M and press and hold, and you hear a vibration. And then you're all set to play first-person shooters, if that's your thing. It's a cool feature, but they should still have an actual physical lock in addition to its actual hairline trigger feature. Some other little tidbits of information. It comes with a 1-year warranty, which can be extended for another 6 months if you register the controller online through GameSir's website and don't mind their marketing mails. I would just unsubscribe from their mails so you don't get their spam. The faceplates are swappable and can be replaced with other ones, such as the recent Iron Man faceplate that came out for this controller. The price is $50 on Amazon, but you may get it cheaper on AliExpress. In this case, I would go for Amazon because of this yucky D-pad and because of the problems I experienced with the PC software, if you mostly plan on using it for PC. It's also compatible with the Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S, Windows PC, and Steam Deck. Now we'll go ahead and check out GameSir's software on the Series S. Now we're going to look at the Gamer Nexus software in a little bit more detail. You have up to 3 profiles that you can put on this. As you see here, it also shows vibration, so you can test how it feels. Now we'll check out the GameSir Nexus software. Here it tells you the profiles, which you have 3. Here, the vibrations, so you can feel how much rumble is being used. Updates. So far, current version firmware is up to date. Top right is languages. You have English, Chinese from what I can tell, French, German, Spanish, Italian, Japanese, Korean, Portuguese, and I hope I'm getting this one right. If not, I apologize. Russian. Going back to profiles, press down twice to go to configure, and you see the button layout. You can always reset it to default here, as you can see, and you can also pick which button you want for what layout. So this is your button mappings for your, well, back buttons. And then press RB to go to the next menu, and you can determine your left stick range as it shows here. Keep it raw. I don't think that's related to cooking. Swap left stick with D-pad so you can switch positions. D-pad diagonal lock, so it can be an 8-way or 4-way D-pad, which is kind of cool. Then you have your triggers, and as you can see, this is a little bit more, it's in that hairline trigger mode. You can always turn it off here. And then look, you can feel the pressure gradually. So this one is the hairline trigger, so you can see the difference in inputs, how the hairline triggers function. And then you have the vibrations, which you can control from levels 1 through 5 on the left trigger, left grip, and right grip. And then it shows here, try trigger vibration, try grip vibration, and you're able to test them. So it is fully featured packed. But I don't know why the Nexus software didn't work on my PC. I'll see if I can go ahead and show a sample of that. Now, as you can see, the cursor essentially just spins and spins and spins. It doesn't detect the controller at all on the PC. And here you see at the bottom, Windows icons. Just so you guys know that this isn't a joke. This controller does not register on the Gamer Nexus software for PC. So once again, be aware of this defect. Now we'll go ahead and look at the input lag and circularity test results. Now for some gameplay. This is where I say the fireballs don't always come out. So. Now for some Mega Man 11 gameplay. And now for some Call of Duty 2 gameplay. If you already have the G7 or G7 SE, I think this controller is a pass. GameSir is just milking people for no rhyme or reason. If you don't have either of these controllers, then it may be worth getting. But as I previously said before, if you're using it on PC, it would not connect to the GameSir PC software, nor was the D-pad any good. For 3D games, then this is probably the way to go. Overall, for my disappointments and not having a wireless feature, and then the other negatives, I give it barely any recommendation. Now, for the people that want it just for a wired controller, I give it a so-so recommendation. I get many people are looking forward to this, but oddly enough, I had better gameplay experiences with the GameSir Nova, and even then, that's with using a $5 adapter that I bought on the side, which I still think is okay for the controller as a whole. In the end, if you want to get this and feel it's a great purchase, then that's what counts. My opinion is only subjective. So I'm sorry if I let any of my viewers down. I just expect more from this company after making so many budget controllers, especially for this one that they should have done a long time ago and covered all the bases as they did now, minus the latch on the back of the controllers. Aside from that, to all my viewers, I appreciate your time watching my content. I hope it helps you make the best decision. So thanks for watching, thanks for listening. Until next time, take care.